All right, let's get you the biggest news that we are tracking right now, and which is pertaining to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom's visit to India as chief guest for Republic Day. Well, Boris Johnson, viewers, has cancelled his visit to India, all due to what he elaborated in a telephonic conversation with our Prime Minister Modi because of the new strain alert. Now, Boris Johnson was expected to be the chief guest, but he has expressed his regrets. He said to the Prime Minister that since the United Kingdom is now under complete lockdown because of the second more mutant strain of the coronavirus, it is important for him to focus on domestic response to the strain. Boris further added that he hopes to visit India in 2021, but just would not be able to make it for the 26th of January. Let's listen in right now to Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Puri, who has, even despite Boris Johnson cancelling his trip to India, the Civil Aviation Minister has said that flights will resume on the 8th of January. Listen in.
The United Kingdom has gone under a stricter lockdown. The Prime Minister has said he won't be able to come for the Republic Day program. Will we still go ahead with the resumption of flights, sir?
Well, look, you see, we take evidence into account from the medical people, okay? When we decided to resume civil aviation in a strictly regulated manner with the United Kingdom, we took that evidence into account. Some people said so many cases came in. Yes, they came in. Because, you were running a risk. When you have, earlier we had a system where you had to require an RT-PCR test 72 hours before you boarded a flight. So it is entirely possible that you have a negative report 72 hours earlier, and then in the 72 hours you again testing. So we have made testing compulsory even on after arrival. So some cases of the previous strain have come in. I am not going to be sitting in judgment on that. We have our medical professionals, the ICMR, our doctors, there's a committee in the health ministry. They will make the judgment. As of now, we have resumed what I call limited, strictly regulated civil aviation operation with the United Kingdom on a 50% basis.
So there won't be any rethink on that?
As of now, there is no rethink. But as I said, we are in a constantly evolving, dynamic situation, but as I said, not as of now. Yeah.
I want to connect right now immediately to our Foreign Affairs editor, Geeta Mohan. She's joining me live with the very latest. You know, Geeta, there's so much swirling about right now. You have the farmers' protest at one end. You've had London under lockdown. You have the COVID strain. The UK Prime Minister was to travel with a contingent of over 50 people. But right now, the trip stands cancelled. How has India reacted?
Well, the Indian side understands why the UK Prime Minister has had to cancel this visit.
Geeta, we seem to be having a bit of a problem with your audio line there, but I want to quickly take our viewers through the very latest. What Geeta, my colleague, was elucidating is that the Indian side has actually expected this because London had gotten into a lockdown, and on the other side, they are understanding the fact as to why the UK Prime Minister cannot travel to grace as chief guest our Republic Day, 26 January. Let's now quickly move on to the other news that we are tracking closely, and that is viewers market. We have a date right now where India will start rolling out its vaccine drive, and the date is the 13th of January. It's now clear India will start vaccination in 10 days from now. Union Health Ministry had announced that vaccine rollout will start from the 13th January today at 4 p.m. 10 days after India's two vaccines, Covishield and Covaxin, were granted emergency use approval. The Health Ministry further added that states are ready for vaccine rollout and that dry runs were successful. The vaccination registry will be run through the CoWIN app. Health Ministry said that the app will be available in 12 languages and will be a 24-hour helpline. The Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan also said that the app will be global and other countries can use this app.
इस स्थिति में हैं कि जिस भी दिन हम चाहेंगे EUA के 10 दिन के भीतर हम उसको EUA का अर्थ है इमरजेंसी यूज ऑथराइजेशन, ये बोलचाल की भाषा में शब्द प्रयुक्त होता है हमारे मीडिया के मित्र इसी शब्द का उपयोग करते हैं। हमारे कानून में एक्सेलरेटेड अप्रूवल फ्रेज का इस्तेमाल किया गया है। तो जिस भी दिन हुआ, जैसे अब आप जानते हैं कि किस दिन हुआ, उस दिन से 10 दिन के भीतर में ये रोल आउट होने की पूरी तैयारी है। बेनिफिशियरी रजिस्ट्रेशन की आवश्यकता हेल्थ वर्कर्स और अदर फ्रंटलाइन वर्कर्स के लिए नहीं होगी, क्योंकि इनका डाटाबेस जो है वो बल्क डाटाबेस है एंड हैज बीन पॉपुलेटेड ऑन टू द कोविन वैक्सीन डिलीवरी मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम in a bulk manner. So our doctors, our nurses, our medical workers need not self-register themselves on the CoWIN platform. Their data has already been pre-populated. Similarly, our frontline workers, which means people in the armed forces, in state police, in central police, in municipal workers, they also need not self-register themselves because their bulk data is also getting pre-populated.
Connecting to my colleague Milan Sharma, who is joining us live with the very latest. Milan, we have a date now, which is the 13th of January, when the rollout will begin. What's going to be the process?
Well, Preeti, it's likely that the rollout will begin on 13 because that's what the Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan has hinted. And definitely the whole process of rollout is going to be a mammoth exercise, which the Health Ministry has clearly elucidated that the vaccines will be taken from the manufacturers at 3 of these GDSM points. That will be in Karnal, in Delhi, in Mumbai, in Chennai, in Kolkata. So all these points will be where the vaccines will be first sent to. From there on, they will be picked up by the vaccine center managers. And once the vaccine reaches the centers, they will be taken there by road. First, the vaccines will be transported by air. And after that, the vaccines will be stored at all cold chain points across the country. The government has said there are 29,000 such cold chain points. From the cold chain points is where the real immunization exercise will begin. From the cold chain points, it will move on to the districts, the cities, and a mammoth dry run in this regard, Preeti, has already been done by the government of India. They have said that they've been able to iron out any glitches that were there during the dry runs, which were conducted across at least 200 or odd districts. So that is going to be the way, the process for registering for people on the CoWIN app as well is going to be important. But right now, the Health Ministry has said that the health workers and the frontline workers do not need to register. It's only when we reach to the 30 crore people that we will be vaccinating. Out of the 27 crore, when we will reach that point is when the self-registration on CoWIN app will be opened for all. And that is when the data will be checked. And you and I probably could be able to get the vaccines maybe after July is what the Health Ministry has hinted.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Milan. We'll come back to you for more updates on that story. But let's quickly shift focus right now to the other big developing story. The Supreme Court today gave the go-ahead when it came down to the mega project of the Central Vista project planned by the government in central Lutyens, Delhi. Now, the Supreme Court has said that the exercise of power by centre is just and proper, and modification in land use of master plan stands confirmed. The court added that approval from the Heritage Conservation Committee will be needed when the construction begins. Supreme Court had directed all project proponents to get approval from the Heritage Committee. The Supreme Court further added that smog towers must be an integral part of the Central Vista project and asked the government to use environment-friendly construction material. The Urban Affairs Minister, Hardeep Puri, welcomed the verdict and said that the government will adhere to the highest standards during construction.
The Supreme Court today gave the green signal for the centre's Central Vista project. Joining me right now is the Minister for Housing and Urban Affairs, Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri. Sir, first of all, your comments on the Supreme Court green signalling the project.
I welcome the judgment of the Honourable Supreme Court. I've also said that in executing this project, whatever the guidance from the Apex Court in terms of green issues flagged, we will maintain the highest standards. And I've said all along that we have played by the book, we have followed every rule, every regulation, and if there's any shortcoming where we need to, maybe procedurally tweak something, we are very happy to do that. It's a very significant development because this current parliament building is 93 years old. It was built in a previous era, was never designed to be the legislature of an independent country. And all countries, after they become independent, they invariably construct their own major governance structures, buildings, office buildings, parliament, and so on. Now, in India's case, the development is even more unique. You know, our 70 years plus, now we're going to be 75 as an independent country, barely represents 1% of our history as a civilization. We're a 7,000-year-old civilization. Now, this building was built by a colonial power. It never envisages that we would be an independent country and we would utilize this for that purpose. Today, this building, which is now going to be constructed, for which we've got the green signal, is going to be constructed by a democratically elected government for the people of India to celebrate democracy, and it is a project for posterity. This will be the building for the next 200 years. Therefore, it's a very major development, and I can tell you, I had monitored the developments at every stage of the progress. I was confident, but till you get the green signal, you cannot be sure. And whatever remaining work needs to be done, we are very well prepared, and I'm very confident that we will get it done before the celebrations for the 75th year of our independence, when the parliament session will be convened in the new building.
All right, let's get you this horrific story which came in from Mumbai on a murder of a 19-year-old girl at a New Year party in suburban Bandra of Mumbai. Now, investigations into the New Year party killing of Jhanvi Kukreja have revealed that Jhanvi lay in a pool of blood for close to 1.5 hours before she was even taken to the hospital. This incident transpired on a rooftop at a New Year party where allegedly Jhanvi saw two of her friends, Shri Jogdhankar and Diya Padankar, in a compromising position. Jhanvi objected and an argument broke out between the three. According to the police sources, Jhanvi was pulled by her hair and brutally assaulted. Post-mortem reports revealed scratches and injuries all over her body and even her private parts. Marks of a sharp object hitting her head was also found. CCTV footage of the building revealed that Shri left the building alone with blood stains on his clothes, and Diya left with someone else. Two accused, Shri Jogdhankar, aged 22, currently hospitalized, and Diya Padankar, aged 19, have been remanded to police custody till January 7th. Let's listen in to what her parents had to say.
क्या डिमांड रखी गई और कैसा रिस्पांस अभी तक इन्वेस्टिगेशन को लेकर के पुलिस की तरफ आपको लग रहा है?
रिस्पांस तो हमें बहुत ही अच्छा मिला है. मतलब आई कांट बिलीव कि लोग इतने सामने आ रहे हैं हमारे. और सर से भी जब अंदर बात हुई है, उन्होंने मुझे अश्योरिटी दी है कि निधि जी, ये आपकी बेटी नहीं है, ये मेरी बेटी है. उन्होंने क्लियरली मुझे बोला है कि शी इज माई डॉटर. सर आगे आए हैं, सब लोग आगे आ रहे हैं. रिस्पांस तो हमें बहुत, मुझे इतनी खुशी हो रही है कि लोग आ रहे हैं और मेरी बेटी को जस्टिस देना चाह रहे हैं. इन्वेस्टिगेशन बहुत प्रॉपर चल रहा है. पुलिस ऑफिशियल्स, जो हमने सुना था कि महाराष्ट्र पुलिस, मुंबई पुलिस, दे आर डूइंग अ वंडरफुल जॉब. जब से ये मर्डर हुआ है, एक दिन वो लोग ने इन्वेस्टिगेशन छोड़ा नहीं है. कंटिन्यूस दे हैव बीन फॉलोइंग अप, इंटरोगेशंस, everything is going very well.
There is still some unanswered questions.
Of course, there are many unanswered questions, sir.
There are a lot many issues.
There are a lot many issues.
Disclose at time because the
investigation is on.
Which is why all that is being looked at, and I'm sure that they will come out with everything in a very rational way, because the main thing is 302 उन्होंने जो कलम लगा दी है, that shows that it was an attempt to murder by the two accused. So it's an open setup and an open arrangement, and I'm sure there are few areas that need to be addressed yet of the watchman का जो statements है, जो वहाँ पर उस पार्टी में जिसने पार्टी होस्ट किया था, समाहूजा फैमिली, उनका स्टेटमेंट्स है। तो ये अन्य जो बातें हैं उस पर कुछ गौर करना था। तो उस पर हमारी जो सोच है, मिसेस निधि की जो सोच है, वो हमने कमिश्नर जी को, विश्वास नांगरे पाटिल जी को हमने बताया। अभी हम गृह मंत्री जी से भी मिल रहे हैं, अनिल जी से। सो दीज आर फ्यू थिंग्स। इनफैक्ट उन्होंने खुद कहा कि भाई आप चूंकि माँ हो तो आपको ज्यादा पता होगा कि किस एस्पेक्ट्स में ज्यादा हमें रोशनी डालनी चाहिए। तो आप भी हमें वो बताएं ताकि हम भी उस दिशा में और तरीके से काम कर सके पूरी तरह।
What is the appeal you are making, the kind of gruesome incident which has taken?
The appeal I am making is justice for my daughter. जो भी आरोपी है, अगर इसमें they are the murderers, they should not be left scot free. उनको कड़ी से कड़ी सजा मिलनी चाहिए, क्योंकि जो आगे का जनरेशन है, जो आगे जो माँ बाप अपने बच्चों को बाहर भेजेंगे, they have to be safe. The children have to be safe.
All right, let's get you up to speed with what India is witnessing right now. It's controlled till now, but we are in the midst of a breakout where bird flu is concerned. Multiple states have witnessed this particular outbreak. Primarily, the three districts of Madhya Pradesh have witnessed hundreds of dead crows in the past week. An alert has been issued and poultry shops have been shut for 15 days. In Rajasthan too, hundreds of birds have been found dead. Several migratory birds have been reported dead in Himachal Pradesh, in Haryana as well. Bird flu, highly infectious respiratory disease in birds caused by the H5N1 influenza virus. It can occasionally infect humans as well. Connecting to my colleague Manjeet Sehgal, getting us up to speed with the very latest. Manjeet, has there been any report right now of bird flu in chicken? Because that is extremely worrying, and that is when usually it's seen to transfer to humans.
As far as the death of chicken in Haryana is concerned, the samples have been sent for lab tests at various places, including the RDDA laboratory Jalandhar, but the reports are still awaited. The officials are saying they cannot say or confirm whether there is avian flu or not till the reports are there. But as far as the death of birds in the neighboring Himachal Pradesh wetland, Pong Dam is concerned, 1900 birds have died, and the 20 samples which were sent for lab tests have confirmed avian flu. Reports are still awaited, but in the neighboring Punjab, the government an alert and officials have been asked to report death of birds if it takes place in their area. So surveillance is being done.
All right, Manjeet, appreciate you joining us. Let's quickly shift focus right now to Mandsaur in Madhya Pradesh. A few days ago, a story was reported from the Mandsaur district of Madhya Pradesh, where a video went viral of a particular village called Dadodra on a mosque being attacked by VHP activists. The village and the shop and the houses of various Muslim families around were ransacked. Lots of FIRs were registered, but no action was taken for the first few days. The cops have now arrested 9 people from the Vishwa Hindu Parishad who were involved in this particular alleged attack. This, as the video which went viral on social media, showed that the members of Hindu group VHP, Vishwa Hindu Parishad, allegedly removed the Islamic flags over a mosque and erected and actually put saffron flags. The police have now confirmed to India Today that the situation is under control and more cops have been deployed.
6 मामलों में 9 लोगों की गिरफ्तारी की जा चुकी है और वहाँ पे लगातार फोर्स भी लगा हुआ है और लोगों के साथ बैठ के उनको सिक्योरिटी भी प्रदान की गई है और वहाँ पे बिल्कुल शांति है, नॉर्मल स्थिति है वहाँ पर। गांव के लोग कम थे कुछ, क्योंकि बॉर्डर का गांव है तो राजस्थान से और आसपास के जगह से भी लोग आ गए थे, तो भीड़ की कोई पहचान नहीं थी और उसमें से कुछ लोगों द्वारा उपद्रव किया गया, जिनकी हम वीडियो फुटेज के आधार पर तलाश कर रहे हैं।
Well, 9 activists of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad have been arrested. There have been complaints by the Muslim families who live in the village, which had fled earlier, are now back, saying that their houses were ransacked and their belongings were taken. All of this while about 3,000 VHP activists took out that yatra. Welcome back. You're watching a fact check segment where we bust certain claims masquerading to be facts on social media platforms and WhatsApp group. You might have seen this picture on various social media platforms suggesting that students of the JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University, protested against Hindu culture. Wrong. They did nothing like that. The viral image is from 2019's Pride Parade. Nothing to do with the JNU. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of 7 at 7. But do stay tuned. Up next is To The Point. Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.